Very good morning, 12th graders. I hope you all are fine. Today we are starting the second part of the chapter, which was going on the rat trap. So, in the last part, I told you that the rat trap seller was in need to get shelter for a night, and he went to an old crofter's cottage to spend that night. And he became so familiar that he entertained him with a supper and as well as tobacco roll, and they played cards together. And in the meantime, he told him that earlier he was working with the, you can say, Ramso iron milk, but now as he became old, so his life is going in on with the help of the cow, and with the help of that creamery he earned 30 kronors this month. So when he told him, the rat trap seller, he was not able to believe his words that the cow could earn this much. Therefore the old man took a leather pouch which hung on a window, and took out 3 notes of 10 kronor each, which were old, which were crushed. He showed those currency notes to make him believe his words, and that kept him in the pouch. Next morning, both the rat trap seller and the crofter woke up early, as the crofter was in hurry to milk his cow, and the rat trap seller also felt that the owner of the house is awake, so he has to also. And they both came out of the cottage at the same time. The old man locked the door and went to his work. The rat trap seller also thanked him and went on his way. But after half an hour, the rat trap seller returned to the cottage, and he broke down the window pane where the pouch was lying. He took away the money, kept it in his pocket, and put the pouch back at its place, and he moved off. Peddler was quite happy as he had money in his pocket. He then thought of walking through the forests, and as it was unsafe to walk on the highway. But initially it was not difficult to walk through the forest, but later on it got confusing for him as he forgot his way. He tried hard to walk in the right direction, but all was in vain, as he found himself at the same point, same place from where he started. He thought of later on that now he himself was caught in the trap of the world, just like other people. He was fooled by the bait of money which he had stolen from the old crofter's house. This forest seemed like a prison full of trunks, branches. It was an impassable prison. From there, he was not able to come out. It was the month of December. It got dark early, and as it got dark, his hope of escaping the forest reduced. The danger to his life was increased, so did his feeling of being hopeless. There was no way left for him, so he sat on the ground, so tired and terrified also, that he thought that this was his last moment and he will soon die. As he laid on his head on the ground, he heard a very strong regular sound. It was a hard sound that was coming at the regular intervals. He soon realized that these sounds were not the sounds of hammer strokes from the iron mill. He thought that he could find some people nearby. With this thought, he gathered some strength and started walking with great difficulty towards the direction. And afterwards, he reached to Ramso Iron Works, which was a large plant and which had shut down few years ago. It had smelter, rolling mill, and a forge. And in summers, long, you can say, flat bottomed boats carrying the material would come down the canal, which led to a large inland lake for supplying material to the mill. And in winters, the roads turned black because of the cold dust that came along due to the transportation of the charcoal crates. So earlier, this was the scenario of that mill. Now it was closed. On the long, dark evening near the Christmas, the master smith and his helper were sitting in the dark forge, which was built near the furnace. He was wearing a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. As in the area like where fire is there, we cannot wear the iron shoes or any leather type. So both of them were waiting for the pig iron which was put inside the furnace fire to be ready to put into the anvil to make it a shape. When it was ready for the anvil, it is a, you can say, anvil is a heavy block. They took turns to stir the liquid which was very hot. Liquid means that iron one. As they could bear the heat for a few minutes, each of them would return sweating profusely. Means because of working in the heating area, they were all sweating. One could hear different type of sounds in the forge. So there was a big fellow which was blowing air in the fire with great sound. Also there was a sound of cracking of coal. One could also hear the bang of the charcoal which was being shoveled by the fire boy. Different sounds were there. These were of waterfall. The high-speed north wind which hit the raindrops against the brick tiled roof. So it means there were many sounds. And afterwards, they were in knowledge, they were knowing that many homeless people used to get attracted to the lights because of, you can say, to take shelter, or in the like chilly winter they need some heat. So they would seek shelter. They need, because those who are wanderer, they need some time to spend at that place. They would harm themselves with the help of the burning fire. So as the blacksmiths were accustomed to visitors, they were indifferent to the man. They just looked at him. The rat trap seller's appearance was similar to that of other wanderers. So they have not considered who came or not came. He had a long beard, was dirty, he was wearing old clothes, torn also. He was having the bunches of rat traps hanging from the chest. He asked permission to stay, and the master blacksmith nodded and not means just like moving the head, a consent without honoring him with a single word, because he was in habit of giving shelters to such people. The peddler also said nothing because his main aim was to warm himself and sleep for a night. The owner of the Ramso iron mill in those days was a very ambitious person whose aim was to sell only the finest iron into the market. Therefore, he used to keep a check on the workers, both during the night and the day. The owner was on a night inspection visit when the peddler entered the forge. And unlike the blacksmiths, the ironmaster at once noticed the peddler, who was sitting so close to the furnace that steam was coming out of his torn clothes. He not only went near him but also removed the wanderer's hat and was bent to one side so that he could see the man's face clearly. When the ironmaster took off the peddler's hat, he mistook him as an old acquaintance. And he was Nils Olof. The peddler didn't know him, nor he had seen this man before. But the thought that if this man mistook him as his old companion and gave him some money out of pity, then it would be a good thing. Therefore, he didn't let him know that he had mistaken him as Nils Olof. So the peddler started a conversation with the ironmaster by saying that the things didn't went well with him. That's why he is in this condition. To this, the ironmaster replied that he had made a big mistake by leaving the regiment. He also added that if he would have been working in the regiment when he resigned, he would not have let him to do so. Later on, he invited him to his home. The rat trap seller didn't find it to be a good idea to visit the ironmaster's place. He was frightened with the idea of visiting the large house of an old soldier, which according to him was not safe. After all, he had stolen the money with him and he didn't want to put himself in danger. His intentions were to sleep in the forge and then go away from there without even being noticed. Here I am ending up my explanations and will meet you in the third part. Thank you. Have a nice day.